Hi there, my name is Katie DeLuca, and I'm here today to talk to you about a fundamental concept in the brain of memory. Let me first introduce myself by saying my name is Katie DeLuca, and I'm a senior at Michigan State University studying integrative biology and neuroscience. I'm briefly going to talk to you today about short-term memory. We are going to walk through an interactive game component that will help you settle these ideas into your memory. We will also discuss ways to improve your memory if you seem that these areas are lacking in your life. This is an image of the brain and its fundamental areas. You have the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, cerebellum, brainstem, and the temporal lobe. The areas most important for memory are the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus. The prefrontal cortex aids in your working memory and is located in the frontal lobe. The hippocampus, which is important for long-term memory, is located in the medial temporal lobe. We are now going to play our first interactive game, which will test your short-term memory. What I'm going to do is set up a screen with randomized objects, and you are given 30 seconds to analyze the screen and the objects. Once the 30 seconds is over, you will be given an additional 30 seconds to try and recall and write down all of the objects that you remember seeing. Being able to recall memories and what you observed a few minutes prior is a good way to test your short-term memory. Are you ready for the first game? Here we go. Now I'm going to give you 30 more seconds to write down all of the words you can remember. Here is a list of the answers so you can compare and see how many you got correct. How did you do? If you wrote down things like clock, house, apple, ice cream, guitar, light bulb, globe, and a few more, then you're in a good area. If you couldn't remember anything, you may need a little work on strengthening your short-term memory. Like we discussed before, the prefrontal cortex is important in short-term memories. I am now going to inform you on ways that you can improve your memory. According to mentalfloss.com, brain games such as jigsaw puzzles, crosswords, chess, and the game I introduced to you today are all ways to improve your working memory. Another way to improve your memory is by mnemonics. Mnemonics are another word for memory tools, and they are techniques for remembering information that is difficult to recall. Mnemonics are working to improve your memory on basic information by using letters or catchphrases to help you remember. They can be useful on exams for students. For example, you have to remember all the color spectra on the rainbow. What are you going to do? A common mnemonic device is Roy G. Biv, which stands for red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. Another example, in chemistry, you will learn about oil rig, which is the loss or gaining of electrons. These ideas and mnemonic devices are important to understanding and learning things at a faster rate that are sometimes harder to remember on your own. Give it a try. Can you think of any mnemonic devices to help you in your future studies? They become very helpful for students and can improve the recollection of certain objects. They're also useful for remembering lists, pathways, and things that are just too long to memorize on your own. I hope you learned a lot about the brain and the areas most important for memory functioning. A little pop quiz to test your own memory. Can you remember the most important brain areas for short-term and long-term memory? Just to recap, the brain areas responsible for short-term memory are located mainly in the prefrontal cortex, while long-term memory is stored deep within the hippocampus. I hope you had a good time learning about the areas most important for basic working memory function. Have a good rest of your day!